decide to let you go. To let you go. So why is it decide to let you go?
How to paint the Hume doors. Now these doors have a pattern on them which goes all the way around. Now you must brush that. You can't just spray it, you'll end up furring up. It will be no good. You need to physically force paint into those joins, and also you need to paint this edge by hand as well, okay, before you do your first sand. So I'm going to show you how I go about doing these things. And what I use is just a microfiber roller and a little tray. You must use a paint that sands easy. So an undercoat, for example, you must use an undercoat. This is one of the reasons that you need to use an undercoat. So in this, I'm using the Burger Gold label sealer undercoat. It sands really nice, so it's actually a nice drop of paint. And I actually have it tinted up to the Lexan Quarter, which will be the trim colour anyhow. So this is the first coat of undercoat on here, and here we are, our first door. We'll do this edge. Now where it'll burr up is on these sides here. So you need to use this like this and get that edge. Don't be scared, you've got to get that little black edge that's on there. See, if I just paint like that, you're left up with an edge. So you've got to get that edge. That edge is very important. Get some paint on it. Now you don't want big fat edges all over your doors, because that'll wreck your doors. Other people might do it a different way, but I find this to be the easiest way quickly, you know. Now basically I just force that in there like that. That forces enough paint in that joint, and then I just roll that section there, and then I just sort of feather this out in here, because you don't want that showing up on your top coat. And that's how I do it. So I'll show you once again. We'll force it in, and then we'll just roll those fat edges off. Now always roll these doors, always do these doors hanging, because I'm going to be sanding them hanging, and it's a lot easier to sand them hanging than set off the hinges. Mainly because somebody's holding them for you. The hinge is already holding for you. So there you go, that's half the door done already. Half the door done. These builders, amazing builders, I mean really, just building another house, I would use these builders. Got to watch that fat edge on there from when we did that edge. When we did that edge there, we don't have a fat edge there. You know what a fat edge is? If you don't know what a fat edge is, just comment and I'll tell you what a fat edge is. So that's that door, undercoated, just the trim part of it. The next one, what happens next, it actually gets a sand in these grooves, and then it gets a spray undercoat for the rest of it. But something I'll point out right now is when we did that edge, we're going to get a fat edge here. Okay, so we don't want that fat edge. If you work quick, you can catch it with the next lot of paint. So that's how I do these doors. And what we'll do is we'll sand them when they dry. We'll take them off, mark the tops of where they go, and also mark the floor. Like if this is the pantry, so we'll just put pantry in here, pantry on top of the door. Then we'll paint that back edge there. Show you how I go about sanding these doors. Now they're dry. Now they've been dry a couple of hours. And what I'm going to sand them with is just one of these. It's very hard to buy them this long, normally only half this size, but I actually went to the plaster shop the other day and they don't have any, so I don't know when I'm ever going to get any more. But this is all you really need to sand these doors with, and I'll give you a bit of a bell on how I go about it. We'll just have a listen. Feel how you hear that sound? See how quiet it is now? That's smooth. When we go down, watch, listen. Quiet, smooth. So we're just going to go up and down a couple of times like that till it goes quiet, and then we're going to turn this pad. We're not pressing hard either. And we're going to turn that pad and do that little edge there. And you can feel how smooth it is, very smooth. So that's how we do this side edge. I actually do listen for the sound, so I know I've gone far enough. You don't want it too hard. And you can just feel it with your hand. Now these things come with a rough and a smooth side, but this is actually worn out, so you can go either side. Now these screws here, they're very furry, so we do the same principle. We actually turn it on our side. You hear the noise. We press it in hard enough so it gets all the edges. We don't use sandpaper on these. Now it's gone quiet. And they're very smooth. Now that's the reason we use this undercoat, is because it sands really easy, it sands very nice. And that's the reason you need undercoat, is for the sanding capabilities and the gloss. To get a uniform top coat is your main issues for undercoat in new homes when you use pine timber, stuff like that. Different when you do repaints or you want to paint steel or stains or tannin stains or smoke stains. Totally different undercoat, totally different products. If you want to paint over glossy surfaces, totally different stuff. This is a sealer undercoat, totally different to anything else. And that's it. That's how you sand the doors. You do it like that, you'll have beautiful gloss. Catch you later.
So why is it so hard to let you go? you go.